Okay. No intro, just getting right to it.
All right.
We're not screwing around. Subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Okay. Mez. These are mez. These are like middle of the road.
Got some
Not,
extra scratch you want to spend,
I mean, yeah,
maybe.
maybe it's not
Okay.
our cup of tea. Maybe we cow didn't like it
Mm.
enough to recommend buying it. Wasn't bad enough to make it into the bads. The top 10, only 10. So maybe we just didn't have room. But anyway, you start. What do you got for your first one?
Today, I have Superman 27.
Okay, that's not a meh for me.
Okay.
I have Moon Goddess.
Oh, that was a skip it for me. You understood that book?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead with Superman though. Oh, I gave you all the Perez variants in case you didn't notice.
Oh, I noticed. Do they ever stand out?
None of them. None of them.
God, this is such a goof.
I mean,
why?
They couldn't pick better images that Perez drew.
Come on now. He's been around long enough. You'd think he'd have some
extra
art laying around that was better than this.
Yeah, you would think so.
But yeah, 27. I haven't been following Superman that closely.
Mm-hmm.
So there were things in here I liked, but that Marilyn Midnight character is dog shit. She showed up a long time ago.
Okay, I didn't know enough about her.
And it's goofy as hell. I don't like that character. She makes absolutely no sense. But I did like Superman with the red kryptonite, like going crazy and berserk.
That was cool to see.
But then having her try to be the one to save the day, and I'm like, you know what? I can't go on this journey with you. It was just a little too much goofiness with that, and I was confused about where Lex was just because I haven't been keeping up with it. So there were just some things that I was a little confused about at the time of reading it. Now, is that my fault for not keeping up with it? 100%, which is why I'm not damning it. It's just a meh. The art's great, though.
Yeah, the art was solid.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. I'm going to ask, I'll talk about it later. I'm going to ask you about a question about it later on.
Okay.
The Moon Goddess was just, I mean, so I was so lost until the very end. And it's the guy explains like the legend of the Moon Goddess. And I read it because I was like, this seems like just a labor of love for this dude. Like it's based on a true legend. It wasn't. If you want to spend, it's free.
Yeah, let's see a price.
There's literally no price anywhere on it. Yeah, there's no price anywhere on it. So if you want to buy it, I guess it was okay. It wasn't terrible for me. I mean, I'll probably skim through issue 2, but it just didn't really jump out at me as anything to recommend. I didn't hate it enough to say don't buy it, but it's just kind of meh for me.
Fair enough.
Okay, what do you got next?
I have Incredible Hulk 26.
Oh, okay. I have that also.
Okay. It's a love-hate thing I have had with recent Incredible Hulk. There's some of this run that I have absolutely loved. I loved the body horror from the beginning of this. It's been great. You get this Charlie, that kid bratty character in this. It's gotten a little better, but I haven't really felt attached to that character enough to see them kind of taking this away from Bruce, and it's becoming this person's story. It's no longer a Hulk story. And then to randomly bring in the Winter Soldier in this literally out of nowhere. Just shows up in the bayou. And it's like, what the hell is going on?
That's very random. And he has little impact on anything.
He doesn't really do it. Yeah, he doesn't do anything.
He shows up randomly for a few pages in the middle, and then he's just gone.
Yeah. So I'm like, what are we doing here? It's just bebopping and scotting along. And I was very just, the art's good, but I wasn't attached to these characters, and coming back after several issues of being away from it, I wasn't drawn in enough to continue to read it, unfortunately. So now it could just be a lull spot. I don't know, which is why I'm giving it a meh, because the art is terrific, but I just didn't fall in love with this character again.
The art really follows for Hulk so well.
So good.
It matches the Hulk. I like that he went to that little like nightmare area.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I haven't read a Hulk in ages, so I'm coming at this kind of out of the blue. I thought the art was really good. I really don't know who this little dude is. His storyline feels like, I'm glad I just started reading it right now, because his storyline feels like it's getting it just got interesting right now.
Oh yeah, it's kicking somewhere.
Like it just got interesting, maybe. And Hulk, they allude to like Hulk has Banner like tied up or something in his mind, and they're trying to find him. And there's a couple scenes where they're like, "Oh, what did they do to you?" And I was like, waiting to turn the page and see, and there's nothing. And I'm like, I want to see what he did to him.
Yeah.
But I mean, Philip Kennedy Johnson, great writer, and I expect a lot out of it. So I'll definitely keep reading it just to kind of see where it goes.
That's fair.
Okay, what else you got?
I have Green Lantern 24.
Yes.
Didn't do enough with another Perez.
So that made it. That got okay. I don't have that one.
That's fair.
In here.
That's fair.
I have Detective Kaiju.
Oh Jesus God, that's another skip. You are very nice to some of these people.
I am kind of nice. So go ahead with yours. And your great George Perez variant cover.
Wonderful George Perez Al Jordan cover here.
Perez did so much better work than this.
Oh my God.
Is he flying? Is he yelling at this? He looks like an old man yelling angrily at little kids in his yard. Get off my yard! Like, look at him.
He's waiting that he'd be Banshee from X. What the hell?
Yeah.
Again, this is one of those series that it's been, as far as DC is concerned, one of the better ones. And so I've been on and off with Green Lantern. Green Lantern's one of my favorite characters, and picked it back up, getting in with this, and I was very, very lost. And again, that's why I'm not damning it, why I'm putting it as a meh. I see the two juxtaposed stories going on here. You have you have Kyle Rayner and that group kind of doing their thing.
Yeah.
And you have Hal doing their, it's like
two stories really happening.
And you're separately, you're trying to follow along with which one, and both of them, I'm just kind of like,
something needs to happen.
Yeah, normally if there's one that I can attach to, or I'm like, okay, I like what they're doing. I don't really care what this other group's doing, but both of them, I'm just not really attached to.
Yeah, and
I couldn't really tell what the stakes were. Like what's really going on here? Like what earth-shattering event? What the cosmos is under? Everyone's Green Lantern powers at this point. It's like it's crap. It's gone. We're trying to get the green back, and Oa's gone, and what are we doing? And so it was just.
I did have that. Yeah, I felt the exact same way. The art matches it really well. Mm-hmm. You got the two stories going on, a little bit of backstory. If there's enough character development to keep it interesting, to probably keep me reading it.
And the prison story with the happiness salamander. Like, what the? It's a little kooky town, which Green Lantern is very kooky, and that's okay. But still, I was just like, okay, give me the kooky story, but then give me the real serious story on the other end. Mm-hmm. And I didn't feel the one with Kyle was very serious.
Yeah, the Kyle Space one, when they find that thing, and then they...
with the Manhunters.
And the Manhunters, and there's a big old fight. It's totally the opposite of the other story. And I don't know who this person is.
I don't know at the end. It's like, is this a key? Is this the first appearance? I don't know. Does anybody care?
Yeah, I don't know. There's one line I thought was pretty funny. He's trying to take his girl out on a date after they get these bad guys. And
they want to go to Shanghai for what, sushi?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah, we're going to go to Shanghai for sushi. And then he's like, hey, wait. He's like, all right, it's your ball game. Let's go have lunch at a prison salad bar instead. I was like, that was kind of funny. But not enough to make it a recommend. Not a pass either, though. Like, if you're a Green Lantern fan, you should read it.
Sure.
If you're a fan. If you're not a fan, don't go picking it up, because you're going to be like, why did I spend $5 on this?
Yeah, very confusing. The art, though, throughout is terrific. Again, from DC, as far as I'm concerned, it is one of the better out there.
Yeah.
It's not saying much, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's true. DC has a low bar right now. Okay, what else you got?
All right, I got Gunslinger 44.
Oh, yes. Same thing.
All right. Now, I left Gunslinger when he was stuck in a motel with a fat chick who was the maid cleaning rooms. And
I never read that.
I know. It's awful. And she was constantly berating him, saying, you need to do better. You need to put me in. It was a far cry from where this started. And so I have yet to read it. So I picked it back up because we're doing the videos again, and it's better than that.
Okay.
But
not saying a lot.
Not saying a lot.
Yeah,
but this story, I mean, a far cry from what it was. And it is so tied into, I feel like, other Spawn series now, where Gunslinger felt it was its own world. Gunslinger was alive, coming into this universe, into our time, fish out of water, didn't know what was going on, and we could go on this journey with him. He's trying to discover who he is, trying to figure out, trying to get back to Amy, his girlfriend, who was killed, maybe not killed. I got to figure this out. I got to go out and get revenge for this. I really felt compelled with this character. Now, what the hell's going on? Like, what's he doing?
Yeah, so I don't know who any of these characters. So the art is it's good, but it doesn't match Spawn art, in my opinion.
No Brett Booth.
It'd be good for something else. Like, here's a great shot. That's a great splash page.
But it's another Gleep Glop symbiote that he's doing. I'm just like, isn't this Venom?
Very Venom vibes to it. I don't know who the other character is. This guy that he's fighting.
Is it Godsend? Like going after their son?
Says it's Godsend. Yeah, he's trying to find a kid, and then he gets tricked, which is kind of cool. Gunslinger doesn't have his gun, so it's kind of cool to watch him improvise with other weapons. That was kind of fun to see. And then there's a surprise at the end, which is kind of cool. I'm not going to spoil it for you. It's cool to see the countdown timer again. I can't really show it to you without spoiling the end, but there it is. It's cool to see the countdown timer again. Remember, that's from early Spawn. That was his power he had left.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's still relevant or not, but I'll read the next one. So it's just a man. Not like if you're a Spawn fan, you would probably enjoy it. If you're a Spawn fan, if you're a Gunslinger fan, it was okay enough to pick up. Again, these aren't expensive. The Spawns, Todd's kept them cheap, only $4. So it's $4 worth of entertainment. It's just a meh for me.
Yeah, it's got decent action. It's, again, better from when I left because I was pissed.
That sounds ridiculous.
And so I wasn't pissed reading this book.
Yeah.
But the art, again, far cry.
Okay.
All right.
What do we got next?
My last one, I have Ultimate Spider-Man 18.
Ooh, man. Okay. I have a lot more left. I'll do the Detective Kaiju.
Oh, God, this piece of shit. All right, it's a skip it for me.
It's a skip it.
Oh, my God.
Well, I don't know if it's the noir version. I don't know if it was colored at one time.
It would take a lot to help the art in this book.
So I will say this. The art is very
amateur.
I hate to say amateur, but it is amateur. But I enjoyed it. So I like the art. It flows pretty well in the storytelling. It felt very comic-y. The splash page with the action lines, the sound, the action. There's kind of two different things going on here. I think he's in a dream. And then I think he's also in the real world. There's kind of a cool looking villain that shows up in this thing. Like, I want to know a little. That's kind of a cool design. I like to see some other artists take on that thing. I didn't hate it. Again, it's hard for me to recommend as a must get. Apparently, this guy's also in other stuff like Quested. I don't know what Quested is, but I think Kaiju may be in there. But again, I didn't hate it. I wish I had this variant, the 1 in 25. I didn't even see that thing.
That's your main cover. What are you doing?
I don't know.
I'll even take the blank.
Well, some people are like, "Oh, I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to be labeled as a booby book."
No, I want to have a detective kaiju that doesn't actually do any detecting.
I don't like money. So anyway, it was okay for me. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It's why did you despise it, sir? Why do you recommend it as a skip?
I didn't think it had a story at all. I didn't even see Detective Kaiju detecting anything.
No, good point. There's no detecting.
He doesn't detect. He shows up at the beginning of this, tells some guys to stop what they're doing. He gets blown up in the water, and then we don't even cut. It doesn't say moments later. Meanwhile, after it literally cuts to a different story, and I'm like, what? What is going on? Like,
it shifts.
Is this the same character? Is it?
And then he's a kaiju all of a sudden.
And then he's a kaiju, and I'm like, is this the same character?
Yeah, I don't know if he's big or little.
I have no idea.
Because in some parts he's big, but I feel like that's his nightmare part that he's big.
I'm like, is he a good guy? Like, I want to know more about this world. Like, is he seen as a foe? Is he seen as
Yeah.
good? Like, do people like having a detective guide you? Like, I was completely confused.
Yeah, I would love to know a backstory. Maybe I need to read that other book.
Oh.
But at least give me one of the the Chris Claremont recap pages that goes, the first page gives you the entire story of the focused totality of my psychic powers are my knives, and I'm the best there is at what I do. And she's a psychic and master this and charges cards and blows. I mean, every time they introduce a character, you get the recap. Can we get a little bit of a Claremont recap here?
And if this is an issue, if you're just jumping out of the gate in this, then that's a fail, bro.
Yeah.
I again, Detective Kaiju, awesome title, fun character.
Detect something.
Yeah.
What's the mystery?
Detective.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be mine.
Okay. You got anything else?
I have Ultimate.
Oh, that's right. Go ahead and talk about that, and I will pull up.
Look,
Biker Mice from Mars.
I haven't. Oh God, let's skip it. I haven't been a fan of Ultimate Spider-Man. I think its best issues are probably behind it at this point. Unfortunately, it's going to be done after 24. Thank God.
Was this 18?
18. Again, this character not in it.
No, Mr. Negative. They allude to him.
Yeah, don't bring him up.
They talk about him.
Not in it. I have a love-hate thing what they're doing with Mysterio. I don't mind it. I think that can be interesting if they kind of spend a little more time on it and really get to know some of those characters and Gwen and why.
Yeah, who are the other Mysterios?
Right. And this whole group of people, they are, all Mysterio, but one person holds the helmet at a time sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
it's almost like a Musketeers, one for all and all for one.
Yeah. The reason I'm giving it a man, not to skip it, because I've been skipping this piece of shit because I've actually hated Ultimate Spider-Man. I liked the end, although Peter's son is very stupid, and the fact that he didn't see this coming, he's thinking with the wrong head. I get where he's coming from. We've all been there, but I did like I'm like, please God, don't let it. And I'm like, okay, good. So it stuck this landing in this issue. So I'm like, well done. Okay.
I like the end line because it's my nature.
Yes.
Like,
thank you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I can tip the cap.
This made it into my top.
And that's fair.
My top 10.
I can see that.
Barely.
And that's fair.
Barely.
I
also haven't read the other ones. We also got to remember, keep in mind, guys, Hickman is writing this. He's the big picture story guy. Like, he's responsible for probably one of the best FF runs. And, he started the Krakoa until they fucked it up. I'm missing something huge.
He's had his fingers a lot. Mainly X-Men is what he's kind of known for.
Yeah, anyway, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Just look, anything Hickman does, take the deep dive into it. I mean, House and Powers of 10 were probably my favorite X-Men stories. How they reveal Morius. Anyway, that's a whole nother video.
Right. A lot of things to stick the landing with. This, I don't know if he's going to be able to stick the landing with this. But again, I haven't been a fan. I felt there have been so many filler issues. And when you hear Ultimate Spider-Man, and even in this issue, just like any other, is so horrible about seeing Spider-Man do anything, punch anybody, fight anybody. We get a terrible splash page of him missing a punch, swinging in the air, and not doing anything. Like every issue of Ultimate Spider-Man. And I'm like, can he be Spider-Man and win a fight?
We almost have the counter Spider-Man story later on for the best Spider-Man story of the week. I think coming up later, we're probably both going to say the same thing. So, Biker Mice from Mars. I mean, if you like it, if you like mice doing shit,
maybe
your kids might like it. It's probably kid friendly. I don't see a rating on it. There weren't a lot of bad. There's no bad words. There's not a ton of violence in it. The art is solid for what it is. I mean, we probably have some of the most detailed backgrounds that I've seen in a book like this in a very long time. It's good to see what a lot of things will do. I mean, perfect example, not to get preachy on you guys, but to give you a little bit of comicness here. So the Moon Goddess, right? A lot of times what they do is you get a little bit of backgrounds in there.
Very little.
Like a little bit of backgrounds. See, they got like some fire stuff, a little bit of backgrounds. And then when there's two people talking, like there's no backgrounds here, just a dude kind of going to shoot a arrow.
In space.
And then as people, so you get a little bit of backgrounds over here. and then when they start talking, you just got space. Like Kyle said, two people talking in space.
Yep.
They take it's a lot of shortcuts, because again, producing comics is expensive, and you can only hire an artist to do so much. Like if you tell an artist, I have a story about two people doing a thing in a jungle, and they're gonna be like, oh, do I gotta draw a jungle in every background? This guy drew the backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so good for him. Like this artist just every page has got, that's a little bit of a spoiler page there, but every page has got great backgrounds, and the city is in peril. I mean, so kudos to that. That really kind of saved it from being a skip for me, was the quality of work they put into the details. There's another story on the flip side. If you want to do, there's a Robo Force on the flip side, so it's kind of a flip book. You get a Robo preview on the other side, which is kind of cool.
Twofer.
Yeah. So, and then for the value, again, there's no price on this. I think some of these books are just free.
Well, there you go.
Oh, I'm sorry, $5.99. So for $6, you get 2 stories, $3 a story. Your kids really might like this.
Yeah,
give it a go.
I was a Biker Mice from Mars fan as a kid. That was in my wheelhouse.
Oh, so you got a different expectation level.
I did. I was not a fan.
Okay, I'm gonna fly through a couple of these.
Okay, I didn't read Green Arrow.
Green Arrow,
It's been too far down the rabbit hole for me.
So second appearance of the Crimson Archer. I thought it was first appearance, but I looked it up on Everything's a Key Collector. And Adventure Comics 259 from 1959 was the first appearance of Crimson Archer.
Bringing him
This
back,
is the second appearance. He's never showed up since then. And I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I enjoyed the story. He's kind of reminiscing with his old partner. His old partner makes some stupid decisions and gets himself in trouble. But I really liked it. The art's pretty cool. The little reminiscing moment. There's a really good ending to it. And I will definitely read the next one. So it didn't make it as a skip it for me. It made it as a meh.
Okay.
Miles Morales. The only reason this is not a pass is because it's supposed to be the first full appearance of Power Lift, which is this girl that is now supposedly a Hulk. The girl in the glasses. She's a Hulk because her mom spent too much time near Gamma stuff. And I guess she can only hold the Hulk form for a little bit. And the whole rest of this issue, it's all these different gods just talking about, I don't know who they are. I don't give a shit who they are. They're fighting and arguing about stuff. It's got almost nothing to do with Miles. I wound up skimming through half of it because I'm just like, I am not invested in any of these characters. Can Miles Morales do some cool shit? Like, where's the why are we doing cosmic level stuff with Miles Morales? He's a street level hero. He should be doing street stuff. Like, give him a good rogue to fight. Give him some conflicting internal drama. I'd rather have like the movies did, his family member, his uncle who he trusted and loved is really a villain and he's betrayed. I couldn't do it. The only reason it's not a skip it is because of the first full appearance of Power Lift. He's probably just a throwaway character. Don't go chasing keys for her. Anyway.
I hope not.
Okay, Flash, number 22.
Good luck.
So this is part 3 of Bad Moon Risings, part 3. I had trouble following this.
I was like, I can't.
I had a lot of trouble following this.
Flash, you have to be really ensconced.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids. There's a lot of kids in here doing a
scenes.
lot of flashy stuff. Again, I didn't hate it. I could follow along with the story. I wasn't so lost. I could keep up with it, even though it's part 3. Art's okay. Again, we got some, no backgrounds again. But anyway, it's a meh for me. If you like Flash, you'll probably enjoy this series. I will read the next one, not only because I have to. I will look forward to reading the next one.
Oh.
Vision and Scarlet Witch. This was this almost became a skip it also because I just don't. I mean, what is it with, there's a theme in women bringing back dudes in this week's books, apparently. This is the second book where a chick brought back a dude.
It's a thing. Just a skull.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool art in here from Vision and Scarlet Witch. But it's just kind of hard for me to, this was pretty cool when he goes through, like they said, she puts him in this like weird realm so he can like agonize over coming back to life. How many times do you see a character come back to life and they're like, I'm back. hey, that was weird. That was strange.
Yeah.
I was dead and now I'm here again. It was like a dream. I mean, he comes back to life and he goes through hell. He's tormented. He's feeling all these different things, all the different stages of grief, which is kind of cool. Good writing. The art reflects it really well. It just kind of goes downhill after that. I kind of lose what's happening. Maybe it's because I wasn't into it. I'm not reading it too much. It just felt very fillery. Like there's not a lot going on.
There you go. That's Marvel. It's just what's the point?
Lot of what's the point? Just all this to get them to step through some doorway, and then they step through the doorway, and even that's very anticlimactic. And even the big reveal at the end is like, I don't care that much about it. It wasn't like, whoa. It was like, oh, cool.
Tom King fans are gonna love it.
Is he writing it?
Well, that's the character
Steve Orlando
kind of created.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did. Godzilla X-Men.
Oh, yeah, that's the second print. Okay, so yeah, so you got a chance to read that.
I read it. Second print. I did read it. I wanted to throw this in there. I liked that it was the '90s X-Men that were in here. It was cool seeing Fabian write a story again
with real X-Men.
With real X-Men in it.
Hey, I recognize those characters.
It's the real X-Men. And I mean, it kind of makes sense how they get the Adaptoid in there and they fight. And again, no spoils. There was a couple cool scenes in there. They were a little creative with the Adaptoid's power, but it was a really fast story. I'm glad they just did it as a one shot. It's a one shot. I don't see a part 2 coming out of this. At the end, they're kind of like, for now, this is all good, and he ends with the end.
Yeah, so he's been going through, and Godzilla's been fighting like Incredible Hulk, the X-Men, Fantastic Four. Yeah. So it's like, okay.
It was okay. I mean, if you're a Godzilla fan, you would probably like it. If you're an X-Men fan, this one, Justice League Unlimited, there's so much happening in this book.
It's like
there's so much happening in this book. It's almost like it feels like a crisis event. It feels like a weak take on a crisis event. All the characters show up. They're fighting Gorilla God. Not Grodd, Gorilla God. It was kind of creative how the Watchtower turns into an Omega symbol. Sure. But, I mean, aside from that, like, it's just kind of art's very flashy in your face, which is kind of cool. But it feels like, again, at the end, the consequences are kind of like, okay, how many more... the Time Ripper or Time Trapper thing is kind of cool that they're doing in these different books too. We'll talk about that in Superman, but it's just so much happening and it kind of lost me and it feels inconsequential. If all the characters are doing this, then why is none of this reflected in any of the other stories? It's like an isolated event. If we're doing a shared universe, I mean, make it a summer crossover, but do it better. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I think the stakes are real. If you're going to go to that level of intricacy with everything and act like
you got every character, almost every character in DC you can think of is in this book.
Yeah.
So even stupid ass Harley Quinn's in there who has no business being in these.
Of course. Well, you got to have her.
Yeah.
Why not?
Those are the Mez. We're doing 3 videos this week. Skip It's, Mez, and Top 10. These were the Mez. The Mez were making the Skip It's way too long of a video. And people were confusing the Mez with the Skip It's.
That's fair.
So these are the medium books we just reviewed, guys. So thank you so much for hanging out. We're going to cut this off here right before it hits 30 minutes. So we can do some quicker videos and get them out to you guys a little faster. So those are those picks. We got top 10s coming up. There'll be links when they're done. There'll be a box over here, maybe over here of the top and the bottom. I'll put it over Kyle's face and maybe over my face right here. See if I can get that done later. Okay, thanks, guys. And let me see if I can play the outro. Which outro do I want to do? Let's do. I don't really have one good one. Okay. See you guys next video.